I think we're live. Hello!
Hello! OAC!
Hi, OAC!
Yo, howdy.
Hello, Ontario Autism Coalition. My name is Karen Boite, and I am a member of the Ontario Autism Coalition's Board of Directors. And so are these guys. Hi, guys! From time to time, we host Facebook Lives to examine the issues that we discuss on our page.
I guess.
Tonight, we are going to celebrate some of the incredible accomplishments in our community. OAC Director and President of Giant Steps, the Giant Steps program in York Region, Martin Buckingham, oh my goodness, Karen, is my co-host this evening. Martin, can you tell us why we've gathered a selection of our esteemed OAC board members this evening?
Sure, Karen, it would be my pleasure. I am proud to announce the commencement of our first ever Autism Difference Makers Awards. The AMDAs, kind of rolls off your tongue, doesn't it? We'll be celebrating the movers, the shakers, and the unrepentant heartbreakers of 2020. Our hope tonight is to celebrate the good and the bad. It's the good and the bad. My phone's going off, sorry about that. And we're gonna have some fun along the way. So it's all a little bit tongue in cheek, but there are serious issues. We're gonna have some good, clean fun. At least we can say that no animals were hurt during the production of these award shows. It's been a heck of a year, hasn't it, OAC?
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You'd say that again.
What year is it?
What day is it? I lose track.
Social construct.
Yeah. So let's take our camera over to the red carpet. It's a very big ceremony tonight. Look at everybody coming in, looking good. Nobody wearing a mask.
Wow.
Don't know about that, but anyways.
No.
Wait a minute. Is that Doug Ford in the back? I think it
it
is.
Isn't he supposed to be isolated?
Like,
yeah.
he's like,
What's going on?
looking good, Dougie.
You know-
You've been laying off the famous. I think Dougie's been laying off the famous Dream Whip cheesecake. That's what
You
I
think
think.
so?
Looking good.
Last
And
time
you know
I
what?
had cheesecake, I got food poisoning.
I wouldn't worry about the mask issue because none of them wore one to Stan Cho's wedding either.
Right.
Oh,
Good point.
snap.
Well, I do see a lot of PC MVPs here, though. Are they going to run the table on the awards tonight? Will they be the Schitt's Creek of the ADMAs?
Well, we are up shit.
Come on, this is the best I got. All right.
Well done.
Relevant.
I liked it.
It was good.
It's Lisa McLeod's in a meat
Award-winning.
dress. All right. So there you go.
Let's move on to the musical portion of our evening.
Musical.
Okay.
Oh.
We have to start off with a musical. We have
Are
to
we
do a Billy
dancing?
Crystal here. So
Ryan's
due to
over
budget
there.
cuts, due to
Oh, yeah.
budget cuts, we do not have an orchestra this evening, but we have the next best thing, which is a sing-along to an oldie but a goodie tune from the 90s. Take it away,
Oh.
Karen.
This
3, 2, 1.
What is it? I get knocked
down,
down, but I get up again, and you're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again, and you're never gonna keep me
I
down.
get knocked down, but I get up again. Because
You're never gonna keep me down.
I get knocked down, but I
But I
get
get
up
up
again.
and you're never gonna keep me down.
Down.
Oh, we're pissing the night away.
Uh-oh.
Let's move on.
Pissing the night
Couldn't afford
away.
a key, could we?
Order, OAC
Well,
board.
thump
This
my
is
toe.
what it's
All
like
right.
at our board
Okay.
meetings, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry,
Let's move
sorry.
on to the first
Hand up.
award of the evening, Influencer of the Year. Our nominees are David Lepofsky and Janet McLaughlin. Take it away, Martin.
Well, let's talk about the Influencer Award and what you need for an Influencer Award and what qualifies you to be a nominee. Well, you need a real unrelenting commitment to making a positive difference in the autism community. Our first nominee is famed disability advocate David Lepofsky. To talk more about David, I present to you Bruce McIntosh. Take it away, Bruce.
Well, thank you, Martin, and good evening, everyone. I'm Bruce, and this is...
I'm gonna let you finish, but I have to say a couple of things first. You know, they know who we are, right? They can recognize us. Okay. I just gotta say, a few things. Okay, I'll stop.
And this is Kanye West disguised as Laura Kirby McIntosh. You look nice tonight. Is that dress Chanel or is it Dolce and Gabbana?
Neither. It's from the outlet mall. Come on, step it up. People are waiting.
Okay. All righty then. Well, we're here to present the Influencer of the Year award. And well, Laura, you could say that these people have us under the influence.
No, we could say that, Bruce, but these people have always had us under the influence, haven't they?
Yeah,
Cheers.
cheers.
Thank you.
So, well, our first recipient this evening is an advocate who's been doing this for a very long time. He was active on the creation of disability rights in the Charter of Rights and Freedoms back in the early 1980s. He is a recipient of the Order of Canada. He is a Harvard-trained lawyer.
He also got the Order of Ontario.
He got the Order of Ontario. I was getting to that. And he also led the charge on passing the Access for Ontarians with Disabilities Act. And he also made the TTC bend to his will, not once, but count them twice, getting audible and visible stops on both subways and surface routes. Took 2 different lawsuits for that, but the TTC. More lately, he's been chasing the Ontario government to enforce the AODA as chair of the AODA Alliance. And well, in the very recent past, he's been holding their feet to the fire about the triage protocol for critical care for COVID and the dangers of e-scooters for people with disabilities in the city of Toronto. And for that one, we congratulate him at least at committee on Thursday with a 6-0 vote on in his favor. The whole thing goes to City Council on Wednesday the 5th. Please follow him and the AODA Alliance and retweet. So our first recipient is the envelope, please.
He's a nominee, but anyway, it's okay.
He's
a nominee.
Well, okay.
But that's okay, because we have one more nominee.
Well, anyway, the thing
Is this another Moonlight?
I guess.
You can toss
To heck with the, shall I
Get
just
on with
push
it,
the envelope over there?
Macintoshes.
You
Get
always
on
push
with
the
it.
That's
Get on
what I
with
do.
it.
All right. Anyway, there's no acceptance speech because he's a lawyer. And if we let him give one, it'd go on for 2 hours. So.
Okay, so
David Lebowski.
Brief.
That's David. So now Janet, or sorry, Laura, you're going to talk
Yes.
a little bit about Janet McLaughlin, who did the groundbreaking study out of Wilfrid Laurier University on the effect of autism in a family dynamic. So
All right.
she's our next nominee,
Okay.
is Janet McLaughlin in the
Well-
Influencer of the Year award.
Exactly. So to me, Janet McLaughlin is a trusted friend and colleague and a fellow autism mom. We spent time together at protests and meetings and social events. She is wise and funny, spectacularly smart, relentlessly kind. She spent either 2 or 3 years on the OAC board of directors. I can't remember, but her contributions to our organization are simply too numerous to list. Others, though, know Janet McLaughlin as an award-winning professor at Wilfrid Laurier University and a research associate at their International Migration Research Center. Her current research projects investigate gender-based violence against immigrant and migrant women, social determinants of health among migrant workers, and much, much more. She's currently conducting research on the impacts of autism therapy and education services on family stress and well-being using a framework of social determinants of health. Together with her colleague, Margaret Schneider, Janet co-founded the Laurier Autism Research Consortium, or LARC for short. This is a passionate group of professors, research assistants, and students who work aside various autism organizations like ours to research issues that affect our community. Through conducting and sharing socially engaged research with policymakers and the public, their goal is to improve the quality of life for all autistic people and their families. In June of 2019, their first report was released, and the timing couldn't have been better. The report was based on a detailed survey of over 700 primary caregivers of 1 or more children on the spectrum. Dr. McLaughlin and her colleagues shared their report with politicians and policymakers in the field, calling attention to the crisis in the autism community. Her report made a huge difference in the fight for autism therapy. Now, also in June of 2019, Janet was appointed to the Autism Advisory Panel established by the minister who shall not be named, who destroyed the Ontario Autism Program. Along with myself and 18 others, we were tasked with putting the pieces back together and designing a needs-based system. And I can honestly say that I would not have survived the countless hours, days, weeks, and months that we worked at that panel on the report without her cool head, her patience, and her brilliance. Although the current government seems determined to ignore some of our most important recommendations, Janet's efforts on that panel were nothing short of heroic. So for all of her work on behalf of autism families in Ontario, I just want to thank her for her generosity, her hard work, her research, and her advocacy. That's what a real advocate looks like.
Well, shall we see who the influencer of the year was? Just a reminder, the nominees for influencer of the year were Janet McLaughlin and David Lepofsky. And the winner is?
Drum roll, please.
David Lepofsky.
Hey.
Congratulations, David. Let's move on to the next award. Issues of the year. Our nominees are COVID and autism, Northern Service Challenges, the OAP Pilot Project, and COVID's triage in healthcare. Take it away, Martin. Oh, Martin, you're on mute.
Martin, you're muted.
Muted.
There you go. Our first nominee is COVID and autism. And well, what can you say about COVID and autism?
Nothing good.
COVID has been an incredible challenge. Our kids have missed their school, their therapies. Many have regressed with the progress that they've made. It's dominated the news cycle day in and day out. It is the defining issue of a generation, and it has been a massive challenge for the disability community and the autism community. So our first nominee tonight is COVID and autism. Our second nominee tonight is the OAP Pilot Project. And here to add some information to that is Angela Brandt, OAC President.
Thanks, Martin. So to talk about the OAP Pilot Project, I'm just going to take it back a little bit, back to February of 2019, where although although Laura says the minister cannot be named, I prefer to name my monsters. So Lisa McLeod blew up the plan in 2019. She actually said, when announcing the plan, that if you've met a child with autism, one child with autism, you've met one child with autism. And then she proceeded to create a one-size-fits-all plan. That makes perfect sense. But then a couple months later, June 29th, Todd Smith was the new minister. And he actually said, we're going to have a new needs-based program. Now let's go back. This is June 29th, 2019. I finally spoke to the new minister, Todd Smith, July 16th, 2019, in his role. And he agreed with me. And he said to me very clearly, children on the spectrum are unique, and a one-size-fits-all plan does not work. And then a couple of months later, things seems to be going okay in 2019. Well, I mean, relatively. In October of 2019, the panel report came out with a bunch of awesome recommendations. And we were told the program would be available April of 2020. We thought that was too late, but we were filled with hope and hoping that once that date came, we would get something actually useful. But then a couple months later, in December of 2019, we were told nothing until 2021, sometime in 2021. Well, here we are, May of 2021, and a pilot program has been announced for 600 children. And I don't even know if all 600 invites have been sent out yet?
Not yet.
They have not.
No, I don't think so. And
Boo.
Boo.
ooh,
Shame. Shame.
and
Shame.
that's 600 of out of over 40,000 children that are still waiting for something. There are so many things we don't know about this pilot. What's the length of the pilot? What does a good pilot actually look like? What are they measuring? And most importantly, it's not needs-based.
Yeah.
It is a McLeod plan on steroids. We have age categories, we have needs levels, and these needs levels are determined by care coordinators with one-day training. Why not clinicians? That is not needs-based. If you don't think this is the issue of the year, I don't know what is. Thank you, Martin.
Said. Well said.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, our next nominee for issue of the year is COVID triage healthcare. And presenting this is OAC board member Alina Cameron, all the way from Slate River, Ontario.
Thank you, Martin. Hello, everyone. This year, due to the current pandemic, Ontario has found itself in a situation that many in the Ontario autism community know all too well. Resources are scarce, need is growing. Someone is going to end up without care. Today, I'm speaking about the present state of the emergency departments and ICUs across our province. The number of functional ICU beds in use is creeping ever higher towards maximum capacity. Yesterday, we had reached 884 out of 900 beds in use. What happens when we reach 900 beds in use? At that point, the Ontario triage protocol will be put into effect. We still do not know exactly what is in the Ontario triage protocol, as it is being closely guarded by the provincial government, who is overseeing its creation. There is concern that in the first iteration of this document from last year, which was just a memo to hospitals, that it was discriminatory against those living with disabilities. The memo had been leaked and subsequently analyzed by several different legal experts who found it to be extremely worrying. The disability community and their allies raised their voices in unison for transparency. We just want to see the document in order to ensure that the basic human rights of those living with disabilities are honored, that they also get equitable access to life-saving healthcare. The fight for transparency from the provincial government continues today. The fight for human rights to matter, especially in these most chaotic times, continues today. Thank you, everyone.
Well, thank you, Alina. Our next nominee for issue of the year is Northern Services Challenge, Northern Service Challenges. And here to present that is OAC board member Sean Staton.
Thank you, Martin. And thanks for having me on the show tonight, guys. I'm speaking to you from the Robinson Huron Treaty Territory, the traditional lands of the Ananishnik Anishinaabe, otherwise known as Sudbury, Ontario. For decades, parents, advocates, and regional providers have worked tirelessly to provide meaningful support for autistics in the North. And this government, in one foul swoop, erased it all and decimated hope for Northerners. Not only have we had to face the challenges of COVID, triage protocol, and every other else, we have a multitude of issues and things that make our challenges extremely hard to manage. Waitlists for meaningful autism therapy in the North continue to be some of the longest in the province. Diagnosis resources are stretched so thin, parents have become desperate. The intro of the new OEP pilot program does nothing to address capacity issues in the North. Even if a child was to receive the pilot program, we have not heard of one receiving one. There isn't enough providers to provide that kind of care. In a geographical area of 800,000 square kilometers, travel remains a huge barrier for families. Travel costs should not cut into a budget of a child. And traveling some of the most dangerous highways in Canada proves to be too much for families. Finally, the ministry needs to start promoting an OEP that respects and promotes tricultural approach. Indigenous people and Franco-Ontarians for too long have been ignored and need to be included in policy creation. I thank you for the time, guys, and I'll turn it back to Martin.
So just a reminder, the nominees for issues of the year are COVID. I'll go to the quiz. I'll go to the quiz. Quiz means award in Hungarian. The nominees for the issue of the year are COVID and autism, COVID, triage and healthcare, Northern Services Challenges, Northern Service Challenges, and the OAP's pilot project. The winner is COVID and autism. Congratulations, COVID. Congratulations.
Whatever. I guess it was an honor just to be nominated.
But I definitely say that they're all pretty close. You know, they're all
Yeah.
they're all.
But we do have a
big
message.
issues.
We do have a message to read, though. COVID is not able to accept your award tonight due to scheduling conflicts. In other
Screw
words,
you, COVID.
COVID is extremely busy in the province of Ontario, as well as across the world right now, and just couldn't find the time to take out of his busy schedule. But what we would like to say to COVID is, F you, your time is almost up.
Damn
I'd
straight.
like to say the same thing to Smith, actually.
The
Can you
next
say the same thing to Smith?
award. Moving on to the next award, Indifference Maker of the Year, regional level. Indifference Maker of the Year, regional level. The nominees are, again, quiz means nominees in Hungarian. The Indifference Maker nominees, regional. Liz,
Oh, my
Wagsong,
girl,
Terrell
Louise.
Tracy, or Louise. How do you say that, Martin?
Liz
How
Terrell.
do I say it, or
Liz
how is it
Sarisco.
properly? Sarisco. Yeah.
And the winner is
No, don't say it, Martin.
Louise Sarisco, Director of Education at the York Region School District School Board.
It turns out they may be working together, if you know what I mean.
And as your resident millennial,
Rumor has it that's the
You
case.
never see them in the same room at the same time.
Huh.
I want to say,
Well,
as your
Louise
resident millennial,
Sarisco.
that's not swag.
Interesting.
Not swag.
I will say a couple words about our dear director.
I know
Louise
which
Sarisco.
two.
Director of YRDSB, who personally made a decision to close Giant Steps, a school and therapy center in York Region, without any efficacy study, consultation with parents, staff, or autism experts. There is simply no room in YRDSB for innovative programming and community partnerships, especially as it relates to autism. She is determined. We'll give her that. Not even a change.org petition with almost 9,000 signatures, letters from Stephen Lecce and 6 other York Region MPPs, or even a global pandemic can stop the Sarisco steamroller. This is not her first run-in with autism, though. According to online reports, as superintendent of Spec Ed and Peel in 2015, she was named in a $15.9 million lawsuit filed by a mother of a teenage boy with autism for strategies that included locking him in a converted closet. Oh, sorry, it's actually called an ALE, an alternative learning environment, in an attempt to de-escalate his behavior. Guess what? Didn't work. If the ADMAs were around 6 years ago, we might have a multiple winner on our hands. She could well be on her way to being the Meryl Streep of the ADMAs. Meryl Streep, I thought that was pretty funny. I don't know. And now our OAC, another OAC board member, Barkat Ahmed, whose son attends Giant Steps, would like to add a couple of words. So take it away, Barkat. Unmute your mic.
Yes, so thank you, Martin. Well, I have been totally surprised that, for the last over a year, we have been trying our best to speak with different MPPs and everyone in the field of education. I have seen that anything and everything in this world could be blamed for COVID. I was able to cancel a few doctor's appointments. Some of my appointments got canceled. Everything in the world has changed during this COVID time. Yet the importance is for Louise is to close the school. No matter what would happen, she wants to close the school. And every time we talk to these people at school board, transition coordinators, anyone, they say in public school, we have a lot more resources now. We actually mirror the therapies that are provided at autism at public school board, whereas we have seen there's nothing. My son was coming home crying every single day when he was in public school. He was having daily meltdowns, and we saw a difference of day and night when he started Giant Steps. Giant Steps is a model that is the model which every single school should follow. This is that gold standard that every school in Ontario should have. In whole world should follow this. And based on Giant Steps, I have actually created my own company providing therapy for children with autism, because exactly the same model as Giant Step has, where you have experts from providing speech language therapy, providing occupational therapy, behavior therapy, all of that stuff along with academics.
Thank you,
You can do.
Thank you, Barkhead. It's true that most programs in Ontario usually started with the parents. Thank you for your time, Barkhead. And I think it's safe to say the OAC is standing with Giant Steps. Is that correct, everybody?
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
Hell yeah.
Moving on to the next. Difference Maker of the Year, Provincial.
Ooh,
Oh.
I've been waiting for this one.
So many choices.
So many choices.
So many.
Ooh,
The
that's
nominees,
big.
the nominees for Indifference Maker of the Year Provincial.
Oh,
Todd Smith, Jeremy Roberts, Lauren Coe. Anyone care to hazard a guess before our judges declare a winner?
Ooh, I
Tough
vote
call.
Todd Smith.
So many to choose
Todd Smith.
from.
Todd Smith.
I can't.
I don't know, just being nominated is better
And
than
the
nothing.
winner is Todd Smith.
You earned it, buddy.
Congratulations.
Oh, you got it
Todd
coming,
Smith
dude.
is the winner.
So just like COVID, Todd Smith is unavailable to be here to accept his award.
Oh.
But I don't want it, so please throw it in the trash. And I have the exact same message Martin had to COVID, which is F you, your time is almost done.
I will hand deliver that award.
Make a number, Stavato.
Okay, no, we're all going in the car, but we're gonna put plexiglass so that we're distanced. But we'll deliver it. We're moving to Belleville.
Kind of like a little egg carton.
Who's coming?
Bring it in the trash can.
Yeah, I know.
Tony's had some dealings with Todd, right?
Well, I mean, I think we all have, but
yeah.
Yeah.
None of them
special words you want to share tonight?
Well, for Todd, because I know that somebody that you know will be watching this. Our community is tired of you not paying attention to us, ignoring us. So stay tuned, because something big's coming to Belleville, and we're gonna make sure everybody knows the great job you've been doing. Stay tuned.
Well, once
You're
again,
here.
Great. And when I say great, I'm being sarcastic, just so I don't get attacked on Twitter tonight, okay? So.
Congratulations, Todd Smith. We now move on to the somber moment of our evening, the death of the OAP and in-person therapies over the last year.
Ready for this?
We have a pre-recorded message from our illustrious board member, Alicia.
I can't hear it.
I can't hear it.
And go back to the beginning.
Production.
This is why sound editing is such an important
Do you
thing.
guys want me to do a sound over?
So sadly, the sound's not working. Would somebody like to say a few words about the OAP?
I could, if you'd like.
Please do.
I mean, working with my fine husband's here for 15 years to try to advocate for an OAP that meets the needs of tens of thousands of kids with autism in this province. It has been nothing short of heartbreaking to see it completely dismantled and destroyed. Not just because, obviously, it's like our efforts, that's one thing, but it's the impact on families. And I'm sure Alicia would also mention the impact on service providers. Jobs have been lost, families have been destroyed, and kids have lost irreplaceable time because of the actions of this government. And I, for one, will never forget and never forgive.
There's
Thank you, Laura.
43, how many thousand? 43,000 now? on the wait list?
46,000 now. Martin.
46,000 on the wait list now.
Yeah.
And we'll make that video from Alicia. We'll put it on the Facebook page so that
Yes,
you
we
can
will.
take a look at it.
We'll
It's a very
add it to the-
nice.
It,
it's just-
it worked in our tech. We apologize,
It did.
everyone,
Yeah.
but we'll move
These things
on.
happen.
It's
Yeah,
that
these things happen.
community. It's that Channel 9 community access vibe. we got going on.
Exactly. It is now time,
Oh,
OAC
goodness.
board, for a rapid fire darts and laurels. Put your thinking caps on. Dart. Who said it's better than nothing? Who said it's better than nothing?
Oh, we all know that one.
Alina?
Oh,
Alina?
Jeremy Roberts.
Jeremy Roberts is correct. Can anyone elaborate on that quote?
Hell yeah.
Well,
Oh,
can
go ahead,
I,
Dane.
can I?
Give her.
Please go.
Well, that was the December press conference that Todd Smith said that, you know, we're not going to have an OAP program until sometime in 2021.
Oh,
And
2020, he was talking.
Well, he had said that originally in
Oh, yeah.
December.
Yeah.
He postponed it.
no, at first he said we were going to have April 2020, but this is from the press conference
You're
where
right.
Todd Smith told us we're not getting a plan until 2021. By the way things are going, it doesn't look like we're getting a program until 2022. And Jeremy Roberts, the comic book villain, seemed to believe that $5,000 is better than nothing, because based on his answer from question period a few weeks ago, he understands the life of raising a child with autism.
It was
Thank
kind
you,
of the way
Angela.
it was kind of the way
Moving
he said
on.
it though.
Dart. Dart. Where is Amy Fee?
Same
Where
place
is
Doug
Amy
Ford is.
Fee?
He's with Doug Ford and Rod Phillips in St. Bart's.
Moving on. Dart. Is Swag Song a YRDSB school trustee?
Ding ding
Yep.
ding.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Here's a tweet from Swag Song. If a mentally retarded child requires a one-to-one EA support, they shouldn't be in school at all. In the absence of any transfer of curriculum, they are simply being warehoused for 6 hours a day. Time to get taxpayers, schools out of the spec ed biz and invest in those who are ready to learn.
Wow.
Moving on.
Wow.
Go ahead.
School board
I was
lack
gonna
of
say, so
trust.
are we sure about that other award? Because I'm pretty sure that Terrell might take the cake.
The judges tell me it was a very close call.
It might have. Okay,
Fire-
next year.
Fire
I want-
Liz Terrell.
Thank you.
Fire
She
Liz
was a-
Terrell.
No,
She was a
okay,
very-
everybody
Liz
tweet.
Terrell.
Let's get it going. Resign Liz Terrell, and everybody make sure you tag the school board in it. We're not going to stop until this is justified, because this is, you know, it's not just a
Acceptable.
simple thing where somebody's tweeting at us. No, this person attacked every single one of us province-wide. And they should not get away with it. And just because they're an elected official, no way. So let's get it trending and let's make sure it happens.
Hey,
Amen.
Martin, is this
For
the same
2
school
years.
board that, hey, Martin, is this the same school board that's canceling the Giant Steps program?
Yeah, it seems Autism and York Region District School Board has a very interesting association. There's no
But they
question about
tweeted
that.
out about autism awareness today. Did you know that? That's nice of them.
Moving on. Dart, the closing of Giant Steps. We just
Mhm.
mentioned that. Moving on. Laurel, some good news for a change. Toronto Children's Services for extended daycare. Toronto Children's Services extend daycare funding for autism.
Nice.
Thoughts?
It was very nice.
Smart
Nothing to
move.
say when it's nice, huh?
It's well,
Great.
it's so rare when anything good happens
We-
that I literally find myself speechless.
We don't know what to say. Is it
It's like-
it's we don't know what to
It's-
say.
They extended funding for daycare programs for kids with autism that didn't have to do it. And actually, what they're finding out is the kids in those programs are doing great and will be better prepared for school when school resumes.
Can you
So
imagine?
it's
What a
win-win,
concept.
win-win
How about
all the way
that?
along the line.
Imagine supporting kids and they do better.
Imagine
amazing.
that. Imagine
I can't
having
believe it.
imagine
What a
having
concept.
specialty programs and getting a better result.
Martin, is it
A
true that some
novel
of the
idea.
children, Martin, is it true that some of the children in this extension, age-wise, may have been heading into first grade or second
That's
grade?
correct. So they
And
held
yet they're
them
able
back.
to be,
Yep.
so what's the result of that? What
Well,
do
they held them
say?
back a little bit. They held them back due to COVID and kept them in a daycare program. And now they're better prepared that when school does come back and they transition, they'll undoubtedly have better outcomes.
Lovely.
Now,
Moving
our
on.
Toronto School Board, our Toronto School Board allowed to mentor York District School Board as well?
That's a good
It'd be
idea,
nice.
There's a good idea for you, Laurel. Spectrum Works Disability Job
Yeah.
Fair.
Booyah,
Yes.
Zapfinto.
Yeah.
And the
And
Ontario
that's
Autism-
and
the
really
Ontario
that's a
Autism
shout
Co-
out. That's Mhm. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Okay,
The
that's
Ontario
a shout out to
Hey, wait.
Okay.
Ready?
Doing good.
1, 2,
the
3.
traffic
Martin.
cop.
Meeting problems.
The
Who's got the
Ontario-
referee shirt?
Hold on.
Who's turning left?
Okay.
Okay. Have we
All I was
decided?
going to say was the Ontario Autism Coalition had a booth at Spectrum Works. We had over 100 visitors. It was mostly extremely positive, and we made a lot of great contacts. And it's an excellent fair. It was all virtual this year, and it's an excellent program, and we should highly support it. There's a lot of resources for people on the spectrum, not only to find work, but to prepare themselves for work.
And I think it's important to note that, you know, charities such as this and other charities, all charities, but certainly autism charities as well, have really had a tough year. You know, money's tight. We haven't been able to do events, which is usually a huge fundraising opportunity. So, you know, remember your favorite charities. They need to be supported so that when things do get back, they can come back as well.
Thank you, Martin. Moving on. Laurel, the Billboard Fund and Babyface Travado's beer.
Woo, look at that guy. I
Look at
missed
that
that
Holy
beer.
handsome
moly.
devil.
That's a hairy
Oh,
son of a gun right there.
That guy was good looking. Now look at me.
Yeah.
Almost
Anything to say
respectable.
about that, Tony?
I just want to say thank you to every single person that worked on that project, like Sean and the pack and everybody on this board. Like we kicked our ass, we just kicked ass, and the community pulled together and we did it. And we're going to do some awesome things, not just the billboard. We're going to make a whole action plan out of it. And we're going to make sure, like I said, the province of Ontario know that the autism community was let down and everybody else was let down, but we'll make sure that we tie it in.
And thanks also to everybody who donated and contributed, because
Big time.
it was extraordinary.
Yeah,
It really was.
it was actually in a time like COVID, it was amazing.
We're
Yeah.
now moving into the Self Advocate Award. Could we have a drum roll, please? There are many wonderful candidates in the OAC that would deserve this award,
So
but
many.
today, for the first ADMA award, the Self Advocate winner is Miko.
Excellent choice.
Where's my app with the sound? Sean, you got that app too?
Yeah.
So good.
Hold on, let's see if I can get her going.
That's so good. Karen, may I say a
this
few
will
kind
mend it.
words about him?
Please do, please
All
do.
right. I am so honored and excited to present the Autism Self-Advocacy Award to my dear friend, Miko. I first met him back in 2017 when I was doing a small YouTube show called Autism in Action. And He volunteered to come on the show and he talked about his experiences growing up as an autistic person and his experiences at school. And I was just immediately struck by his outgoing personality and his charm, as well as his ability to articulate his own lived experience. That same day, I told him I saw a place for him in the OAC. What I didn't realize was that he was basically going to make the OAC his second home. Miko started to serve on our board of directors shortly after that and has attended so many of our events that I can't even name them all, like everything, even events that sometimes I missed. He's protested all across the province and partied with us all across the province. He's met with countless MPPs, government officials. He's spoken at our rallies and he's appeared in the media so often that he often gets recognized when he's out in public. Last year, before the pandemic, he attended question period almost every day, along with a crew of moms affectionately known as the Chicks and the Six. Literally at Queen's Park, ministers, MPPs from all parties, and the security guards know him by name. But in addition to his enthusiastic participation in all things OAC, I think what makes him so deserving of the Self-Advocacy Award is the way that he goes out of his way to share his experience on the spectrum with other members of the OAC. His posts on our various Facebook pages show not only the importance of listening to autistic adults, but also his ability to empathize with the journey of parents. And let's not forget his sense of humor. His memes, I honestly don't know where he got some of them, but they're really good. He also constantly gives his time and his advice to parents who contact him seeking advice about how best to help their autistic children. He'll literally help anyone who asks him. He helped us move. He put up signs during election campaigns. He sat in the back of a police cruiser with Bruce when the Tories thought they might have a way of stopping them from putting up signs on the road leading into Ford Fest. But in the end, the joke was on the Tories. Everything they were doing was totally legal, so it was fine. And he also epically led a chant of "Doug Ford's a liar" at Queen's Park in 2019. It was so loud it could be heard inside the chamber by the Premier himself. He shared his experience with university students, groups of police officers looking to improve the way that they interact with autistic people, politicians from every level of government. His heart is just so big that he will help literally anyone who asks for it. So for these and a million other reasons I don't have time to list, I'm really proud to talk about him.
Mentioning the board thing.
No.
Congratulations.
No.
Congratulations, Miko. We love you. We love you. We love you.
Love you,
Moving
Miko.
on to our final award of the evening, Lifetime Achievement Award. Could I have a drum roll, please? And the winner of the OAC ADMA Lifetime Achievement Award is the Bruce.
Oh!
No way.
The Bruce. We have a montage prepared for him here.
A little less hair there.
That handsome devil.
Well, in different places.
Look at that handsome devil.
What year was that in?
You're not allowed to make a speech yet, Bruce. Here it comes.
Absolutely, sure. Oh my. Oh.
Beginning.
Oh no.
Oh.
That's how Bruce likes to start off, way back.
Oh my God.
OD.
I was slim.
Oh,
You've been at this for a while.
Susan.
Oh. Where's that McGinty cutout?
I remember that day.
Laura wouldn't let me keep it when we moved.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There he goes.
What shows?
Droning on.
Just a little bit of media that day.
Yep.
Non-stop.
Okay. Oh, there's music that goes with this, hun, but it's not working.
Oh.
Gosh, and Bruce, I'll send
The
you
Ontario Autism Coalition.
Woo! There's Ottawa.
OAC
Oh,
in
wow.
the house.
Oh, Kathleen.
Schooling the Premier, getting his tattoo, fighting for service dogs, wearing a toque.
And then.
And then. Yeah.
And then.
And then. And then.
And then.
And then some more.
Oh, the day.
Oh,
Oh, that's the Bruce.
oh, and then
And then
there he is.
Oh, wow.
Is that
He's
Kel?
a softie with a kitten.
Oh, wow.
There's our founders.
Should we be humming along to this? Oh, that was a good night. I don't
Just
even
super
remember
levels in
it.
the background.
Better than all the
better than
rest.
all the rest.
You're simply the best.
Anyone we've ever had.
I don't know the words.
I knew the first couple
Doing
words.
the wave.
There you go.
I'd do a standing ovation, but I'm
doing
not
the
wearing
wave.
pants.
Oh, there's our 10,000th member in the background.
Ah,
Right.
Look at that family.
And we're at 12,000 now.
Yeah.
Well,
Woo!
look what we started.
Yep.
Massive victory.
Mm-hmm.
Holy moly. You dug deep for some of those guys.
Mhm.
well, the ones that
Trying.
we couldn't post them all, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a bit.
The behind the scenes ones, you know. We don't
Thank you very much. That's really,
We'll put
Congratulations,
that.
buddy.
We'll put that on the Facebook page, and it's full with video, with the audio, and so
Bruce,
it's
you
really
got to pick
cool.
up your award in Belleville, though.
It's an
We left
amazing
it there.
job.
I'll be there with bells on, Tony.
Okay.
Listen,
Speech.
lifetime achievement, and I am
Speech.
not dead yet. Nothing can kill me. I'm not done with you people.
Speech.
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 Oh my goodness. That's just a little much. When we started this, I had absolutely no idea that it would build into what it is and last for as long as it has. I mean, I'm one guy. There were 5 of us when we started. It's 12,000 now, which is still pretty mind-boggling. There have been so many people who have helped along the way. You know, that old adage that we have about what you can when you can. Some absolutely wonderful people, and new and old alike. I've made friends going down this road that are some of the best friends in my life. And after many, many years, still in touch, although some are in different parts of the country. And it all started because we had a kid on the spectrum, and then we had another. That's where so many of us start. But I can't think of any better inspiration. If I was going to dedicate this to anybody, it would be Cliff and Clara. That's why we do what we do. And we have had successes. It may be dark right now, but I got to tell you, we have had successes and we will have more. So don't let the right now get you down. We're relentless. And well, I think that's a good place to leave it. Todd.
No.
Does anyone have anything to add?
Here, here.
Who
Aw.
started
Love you,
cutting the
Bruce.
onions?
Thank
Oh
you.
my goodness. Jeez.
Bruce, you're inspirational.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, you took what would seem at the time as an adverse situation and challenges, and you turned it into something positive for everybody that so many people share in those successes. And you know, we don't know why we have this plan is laid out before us. You know, we do the best with the situation that we're in, and we can hide in a corner, or we can stand up and say, no, we can do better as a society and as a group and as parents. And these are our children, you know, and that's the inspiration that I take from you, from Laura, from everybody here. But this is about you, my friend,
Yeah.
Mr. Lifetime Achievement Guy. So, so congratulations. And I think I'm going to give you like a box of meat or something. right? 'Cause
Yeah,
that's what I do.
Excellent. I'm glad I dressed for the occasion.
Congratulations.
Bruce, congratulations.
I actually already gave him some very special pepperoni.
Yes, you did, my
Oh,
darling.
hello.
Hey, Bruce, I remember, I'll never forget Bruce's look in his eye when we were on the float circling Queen's Park. And I knew
Oh,
from that
yeah.
moment, he might say he was a conservative in the past, but not a chance. I saw the look in his eye, and he's never going back.
If you
Oh,
and
no.
Sean work hard enough, you will get him to sing Solidarity Forever someday.
You
Oh yeah.
soon.
Not me,
Okay.
Well,
So
this
we're
brings us to the conclusion. This brings us to our conclusion of the AMDA Awards.
Oh my God. Look at that.
Farewell and thank you.
Look
at-
I see
Remember
myself.
that?
Yeah, that.
Who's throwing
Helicopters and
party?
fire trucks and everything.
Who's throwing
This is
And
what
you know
it's
what?
all about, families. This
Yep.
is what
That's
it's
it.
all about,
Yeah.
Woo!
family.
Oh, there's Louis.
Yep.
The OAC's mission is to ensure that publicly funded services for individuals with autism and their families are accessible, ethical, evidence-based, and comprehensive. Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
that's who we
Yeah.
are.
I want to, can I just say something very quickly? I wanted to
Bud.
just thank Karen for incredible amount of work she put into the production of this. This is not easy. It
Karen.
really
This
isn't.
is-
This is
nothing compared to trying to build a needs-based program and needs-based
Yeah.
therapy for all.
Not to
You know, you
mention
put
all
a
month. She's
lot
been
of
going
work into
all
it.
All
month.
right. So we're going to bid
And
you all a
hang on, one more
fine
thing. One more
Yes.
thing. Ryan did
There she is.
that video for Bruce, and we'll put it on. Like I said, we'll put it on the Facebook page, and you'll have full audio there and everything. It really is a beautiful piece of work. So
Thank you, Ryan.
So thank you, Ryan, for doing that. It was an amazing job.
Ryan, you're a mensch.
Yep. So we will leave the same place we started in song.
What are we
Oh.
singing? Oh,
Three.
yeah.
Oh,
Please
man.
don't make us sing again.
This'll end it.
I get knocked down, but I get up again.
Again.
Never
Again.
gonna
Again.
get
Again.
up.
Get knocked down.
I get up again.
Get up again.
Get me down.
Goodbye.
Let's never be a choir.
Yeah, but you
Never do
can't.
that.
It's too hard to do it on the internet.
You know,
Never gonna
you,
be
wait, you know what we're much better at? Chants.
Goodbye.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's do a chant. What do we want?
Therapy. Hey, who are we?
Needs-based therapy.
Therapy.
Oh wait, let's start it
Needs-based
off.
therapy.
Needs-based therapy.
Needs-based therapy. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, we're not